park, causing the eviction of dozens of families.
A local high school group is making a name for themselves in the science world. You'll get to meet them.
It's never felt like work.
Hangs up his scissors.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm community anchor Jan Petrie.
And I'm student anchor Imani Payne. Thanks for joining us.
Due to the increasing NAU student population, developers are building new apartment complexes in Flagstaff.
One of these planned projects will displace families living in Arrowhead Village, a trailer park located a few blocks from campus. NAZ Today's Ashley Phyllis has the latest.
Tenants of Arrowhead Village might find themselves not able to park their homes. Georgia-based Landmark Properties is working on a contract to build 2 multi-story apartments where the trailer park is located. If Landmark Property vacates Arrowhead Village, the residents will have nowhere to move their trailers. New zoning codes in Flagstaff prohibit the building of new trailer parks, and vacant spots in existing parks cannot be filled. With as old and rundown as some of these trailers are, they might not make it to a new town. Each family will receive $3,500 for relocation. The amount given is just enough for the first and last month's rent, as well as a cleaning deposit for a new apartment. The rent per month is much higher than what they would pay for at Arrowhead Village. If Landmark Properties builds the apartments, the tenants in Arrowhead Village will struggle to find a new place to live. For NAZ Today, I'm reporter Ashley Phyllis.
City Council is discussing this issue as we speak. And on Monday, the Northern Arizona Street Crimes Task Force arrested 5 people on various drug charges. 2 of those are students at NAU and Coconino Community College. The arrest resulted from a search warrant at an apartment complex in Central Flagstaff. The investigation began several months ago. Metro discovered large quantities of cocaine and marijuana were distributed from the residents, mostly to local college students. Agents seized more than 5 ounces of cocaine and a small amount of marijuana and synthetic drugs. They also found more than $5,000 in cash.
In past years, our nation has been shocked by several shootings, one of which happened yesterday at a middle school. Now, many of those involved did suffer from mental illness.
Reporter Virginia Beamer shows us how Northern Arizona has its share of criminals who are mentally unstable.
In Coconino County Jail, like most other jails, there is a sector for criminals who have been diagnosed with a mental illness. It's not there to punish them, but to provide proper treatment so they may return back to society, as Sergeant Runge of the Flagstaff Police Department explains.
The fact is, it's not illegal to be mentally ill. People are born with their illness or it develops, and they're just trying to live happy lives like everyone else.
There are many obstacles that people with mental illnesses have to overcome along the way, including a fear of what society might think.
Big piece of this field is stigma, and people oftentimes choose not to seek services or seek help because of the stigma that's attached to mental illness. Oftentimes family members will not want to recognize what's going on in terms of mental illness.
Runge explains how this happens.
They a lot of times go to jail, they get on medications, they get stabilized, and then when they're released back to the community, they're off their medications now, and if they continue it, they may be stable for a while. If they don't continue it, which a lot of people don't, they become unstable and usually commit another crime.
Taking a step to recognize the problem is the first step towards a solution.
Stigma is something that I think we in America have been trying to overcome in this field for decades and decades and decades, and there's small strides forward that come out of sometimes these untoward events.
For NAZ Today, I'm Virginia Beamer.
A fixture for 25 years in Flagstaff, Tony the barber cuts, trims, clips, and offers a treat to his youngest clients. His collection of Western memorabilia hangs on every wall in his shop, offering a glimpse into who Tony is when he's not taking care of clients. NAZ Today's Gavin Dunham gives us a final look into one man's career.
My name's Anthony Flores. Everybody calls me Tony, and I've been barbering for 45 years. 20 years back home in Kansas City where I was born and raised, and 25 years here in Flagstaff. It's been quite a few years, but it's gone all so fast. No, my wife said the only person she knows that gets up in the morning is always looking forward to go to work. It's never felt like work. When I came out here to Flagstaff and I found this place, I told the wife, well, I got a little barbershop I just found. I think I've got a wall here. I think I can hang my stuff in the barbershop. And she said, well, that's a good place to hang it. You don't have to hang it in the house. So I started bringing it little by little over the years, just hung it in there. And customers loved it. The kids loved it. So my wife's the one that said, I think it's time for you to come home.
Well, of course, we're sad to see him leave. He's been here a long time, and I've been coming here a long time.
I've been coming here for about 25 years.
Missouri is.
Oh, God, yeah.
So she was happy.
Say, he's a great barber. I sure want to miss him.
So now she's been getting after me for the past. But it's going to be hard to leave. I'm going to miss all my customers and all the guys coming in, just talking, having a good time. We've been at it 45 years now. It's been fun having all these people come through my shop all these years. So I'll miss that. But I'm ready to go home though.
Cool and smart all at the same time. The Coconino Cocoa Nuts are making a name for themselves.
And a technique of self-defense founded during World War II teaches local students the importance of fighting back. Learn more after the break.
Here in mid-October, I think we're experiencing a little bit of the weather doldrums. We haven't had a lot going on. It's just been huge high pressure that you can't see on the green screen. But coming up, we're going to take a look at that Pacific satellite. We're going to talk about how long this ice weather is going to stick around, a little chance of rain showers in there. That's all coming right up.
Okay, so we drowned the fire, stirred it, drowned it again, and now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. I already posted it.
Hi, I'm Terry Markson. As seasons change, so does the inventory at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. We've got Northern Arizona's biggest selection of always changing certified pre-owned vehicles. All receive a thorough 172-point vehicle inspection, a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, and 2 years of free maintenance, including all oil changes. You can count on our certified pre-owns just as you can count on our relaxed, no-pressure environment. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, real hometown value.
Welcome back. There are a lot of things that make the Coconino robotics team unique. Almost a third of the team members are female, and the Coconuts are Flagstaff's only robotics team. NAZ Today, Sierra Ferguson found out how you can help these motivated teens represent our town in competition.
I was never interested in engineering or programming or anything like that before I joined the team, and now I just absolutely love it.
I am super passionate about about running the robotics program here at Coconino because of the transformation that I see in the students.
Freshman year, there was an announcement over the intercom in the morning, and the robotics club. I came to see just what it was all about. Just kind of caught my attention.
The Coconuts are an after-school program. We participate in FIRST Robotics, which stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology.
I get to work with computers, electronics. I just have a ton of fun when I'm working with those.
Well, these Coco students certainly are nuts about robotics, but in order to go to competition, they're going to have to do a little bit of fundraising.
Saturday we're going to be having a dinner and carnival here at Coconino High School in the cafeteria. We're going to be selling dinner, we're going to be having games like a cakewalk, a costume contest, and that's going to be from 5 to 8. We're raising money for competitions. It's extremely expensive, and we do have sponsors who we love, and the Flagstaff community really helps us with raising money. It's $5,000 to register for one of our competitions, and that's not including travel, and that's what this money from this event will be going to, is the travel of each student.
Everyone is welcome. We'd love the more the merrier. Come on down and support the Coconuts and have a good time.
A lot of these students have hopes that soar as high as their frisbees. For NAZ Today with videographer Will Purnell, I'm Sierra Ferguson.
Once again, the carnival dinner is open to the public and will be taking place this Saturday at Coconino High School.
And according to self-defense trainers, personal attacks in Flagstaff have been on the rise. And what better way to feel safe than by taking a self-defense class? Reporter Brooke Cowell went into a local martial arts studio to learn ways to protect yourself.
No one ever wants to be put in a defenseless position, and Krav Maga is a way to teach you how to protect yourself. We went to a local workout studio to see if we could get more pointers on what to do if we were ever put in that situation.
Drop my guard, shift over. This knee goes right here against his chest to keep him from coming in. My other foot comes up. I'm going to strike him in the hip flexor, keeping him off. 3, kicking him off, getting up.
If you were attacked, how would you handle it? What would you do? Flagstaff trainer Dan Pollocky tells us why Krav Maga was developed.
Emil Lichtenfeld, 1930s. You're talking about Nazi-occupied Germany. He and a group of Jewish men and women put together a group to help fight against the kind of the fascist thugs, so to speak, as Hitler was rising into power.
The most important thing to know when being attacked is to shorten your freeze zone.
So the freeze zone is really a human's natural response. When you're under threat or you're attacked, most people, the first thing that happens is they freeze. They don't know how to respond. And in that freeze zone is when things can go bad.
The trainers gave us a little advice on what to do and to know if ever put in that position.
So it's choke from the front, the choke comes on, I've got to go to the weakest part of his grip, which is his thumbs. It's speed versus strength. So my hands are going to come up in a hook, right at the thumbs. When I do that, I'm going to give a simultaneous groin strike, just like that. Now he's released enough, I'm going to let go of his hand, punch him in the face, continue to assault him. Now I control him.
Being aware is one of the main defense mechanisms a victim can use.
Awareness, you know, we have a saying that we're always what ifing. If you're in a situation or you find yourself in situations and you're thinking, you know, what could happen to me in this situation? What might possibly happen in this alley or in this person's vehicle, or, you know, so to speak, then you have more of a state of awareness.
Given that state of awareness, you will be able to master the techniques to fight back.
You're not out of the fight unless you give up. So the most important thing that anybody should know if they are attacked is that you do not stop fighting until you're safe.
For NAZ Today, with videographer Tressa Tudrick, I'm Brooke Cowell.
Now, if you are interested in Krav Maga, there are classes Monday through Thursday from 6:30 to 7:30. Or for more information, go to naztoday.com.
Look at those beautiful fall colors. Awesome fall day outside today. Meteorologist Lee Bourne will know if we have more of the same in store coming up.
Big games and big drama out on the ice this past weekend. Find out what helmets got thrown on the ice coming up.
I bought Pepsi Next.
What's Pepsi Next?
It's the latest cola from Pepsi. It's got real cola taste with 60% less sugar.
Real cola taste, 60% less sugar.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
But this is the most impressive thing I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Oh, definitely. Let me get the camera. I've never had anything like it. My parents are gonna.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud.
Pepsi Next. Drink it to believe it.
Hi, I'm Lee from the Ski House in Flagstaff, Arizona, and I'd like to show you a little bit of our ski store. We've got the newest products for 2013 from Line, Armada, Rossignol, Scott, Marker, Full Tilt, and many others. If you see something on our wall and you want to try it, take part of our demo program. We have hundreds of demo skis you can try before you buy for as low as $45 a day. So come on up to Flagstaff when you're going out to the Arizona Snow Bowl, and you can be as stylish as our model Holly. She's got some of the latest helmets from Burn, Spy, Nomis, and pants from Sessions. Not just stylish, but also technical. Ski House, we got you covered, any budget.
People think I'm trash, but they're wrong. Today I'm just an aluminum can, but one day I could be a stadium.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, putting together the day's nice weather like they're going out of style, and indeed they are. Today's high temperature 63 degrees, just a few degrees above the average for this time of year. Chilly morning at 23 degrees. Currently outside, temperatures are quite mild for this time. Dusk outside right now, clear skies, 63 in Payson, 53 at the Grand Canyon, 51 in Winslow. It is 68 degrees right now in Prescott, and we've been under this very large area of high pressure off the Pacific Ocean for the last week and a half or so. Earlier I was talking about the mid-October doldrums. It's not too unusual to go through these huge spells of very tranquil weather here in mid-fall time frame, and I'm really not hearing anybody complaining. It's been pretty darn nice out there. Here's the center of the high pressure and the storm track going way over the top of this. I've been talking about it day after day after day, and things are very quiet across the western United States, and this thing's going to hold in place for us here for I think the next 5-6 days. Really not going to break down till the end of the weekend into early next week. If you see this very weak area of low pressure, it's kind of sliding underneath the huge ridge of high pressure. This thing's going to come in on Thursday and Friday. Some very isolated, very light rain showers possible for us here in Arizona, mainly from Flagstaff north and eastward. Generally very, very light sprinkles of rain. Maybe Thursday around Flagstaff, Friday across the very eastern portion of the state. But just notice how quiet everything is across the western United States under that ridge of high pressure. And if you see right here, this is where all the energy is coming in over the top of it out of Canada. And it's not hard to see that probably this is where all the cold air is plunging into the country. The storm track bringing a little bit of snow. If you watch on the very final screen, some Great Lakes snow is breaking out. That's going to continue through the Great Lakes through about midweek through tomorrow. And then as we get into the New England states, they'll see a little bit of snow as we get into the latter half of the week. Now, if we look at the temperature forecast across the country tomorrow's high temperatures, here's all the cold temperatures, 30s and 40s throughout the Great Lakes, and 50s starting to settle in up into the northeast, and this cold air will continue to push off to the east while we see very mild temperatures under the large dome of high pressure. And what a dome of high pressure is actually a bunch of sinking air in the upper levels of the atmosphere, and as it sinks, it compresses, and we don't get any type of lift. That's what makes clouds. It's all sinking and warming air, and that's what's going on across the entire western United States. 60s, 70s, 80s, and even 90s across Arizona forecast tomorrow, and to continue on right through the week. Overnight tonight, mostly clear out there and calm wind. Tomorrow, another day of light wind. There'll be a little bit of high cloud cover. Temperatures very similar to today. 65s are forecast, and we'll call it warm, seeing as here in Flagstaff, 60s the average for this time of year. So We'll see everybody hanging in there 5 to even 10 degrees above average for this time of year. 90s across the desert. Prescott forecast 75 tomorrow, 80 in Sedona. Payson 76, Winslow 73 for you up in Tuba City. 69 degrees on Wednesday. And then I bring in just a few clouds. I'm not even painting a rain picture for us. The storm system's so weak on Thursday and Friday. It really doesn't even do anything much to our temperatures. I maybe nudge them down a degree or 2 there. And then we get into the weekend and we just remain very, very nice. And overnight lows remain pretty pleasant as well. We're not seeing them drop down into the low 20s, kind of just right around the freezing mark here in Flag.
Well, we have Halloween coming up next week. Can we expect the warm temperatures like we experienced
Nope,
today?
I think that'll be all over. It'll be chilly by Halloween. I think this whole ridge of high pressure and much colder temperatures are due early next week.
Well, we'll see how that works out. How about if you're playing outdoor sports?
Well, there's not a lot of outdoor sports, but there is a lot of high school volleyball coming up.
I was an ordinary guy, but I switched to Suddenlink's new internet, and now I can't stop being awesome, because it's the fastest in town. Downloads, uploads, any kind of load, everything just flows at speeds 13 times faster than phone company DSL. Even when the whole family is online, there's no buffering. With DSL, we were suffering. Yep, anything the phone company can do, I can do faster. Now that I have the next big thing from Suddenlink, now that I have a house full of easy.
Be sure to tune in to NAZ Today every Wednesday at 6 and 10 p.m. for the NAZ Today Car Tip of the Week. This week brought to you by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac, located on Highway 66.
As winter might be approaching us up here at 7,000 feet, volleyball teams have been warming it up on the courts. The Flagstaff girls volleyball team swept Moon Valley last night at home 3-0. The Lady Eagles' next match is tonight at 6:30 on the road against the Sholo Cougars. They hope to start up a winning streak once more with just 3 games left of the season. And at Coconino High, the Lady Panthers will be hosting the Monument Valley girls. The Panthers just got off a 3-game losing streak, while the Mustangs are on a big 8-game winning streak. This game started at 6. And over at NPA, the Lady Spartans volleyball team hosts North Prep Point. The NPA girls currently have a season record of 19-10, while the Falcons are 3-10. This game has started at 6 o'clock also. And hitting the soccer field tonight are the NPA boys traveling over to Snowflake to play the Lobos. The Spartans currently have an overall record of 9-5, while the Lobos are 9-7. This game has started at 6 o'clock as well, so we will give you scores tomorrow on all 4 of these high school games. It was a long weekend for the NAU Ice Jacks with some late night skating. On Friday night, the Division II team played LMU for an 8-1 win. Forward Gregory Park scored 4 goals for the Ice Jacks as Kyle Mayer, Jack Manning, Zach Vakris, and Dedrick Weiss would help to put those points on the board. Goaltender James Cordy made 21 saves for the night, allowing only 1 to get by. And then for their second game on Saturday night, the Ice Jacks would take another win 7-5 against LMU. Forward Connor Sperry scored 2 goals for NAU, followed by Adam Serber, defenseman Dylan Butenoff, and Nathan Kundala. James Cordy would leave after the first period due to a collarbone injury, being replaced by S.J. Groppensberger for the rest of the game. And at the end of the game, goaltender for LMU started up some confrontation with the Ice Jacks after throwing his helmet and stick at Sperry and Russell because of a teammate's puck loss. Dylan Butenoff started to fight the goaltender, but other teammates broke it up. This low move from LMU would make them walk away with no win. After the Division II game on Saturday, the Division III Ice Jacks played against UCLA. They beat the Bruins 8-3 with forward Chaz Scott scoring a hat trick for the game, along with goals by Patrick Bridgman and Greg Hughes. Goaltender Josh Schwartz started for the Ice Jacks, allowing 3 goals to go past him, 2 of which were too easy to miss. The Ice Jacks' next Division III game is this weekend on Saturday and Sunday against Santa Rosa. So bring a coat and your mittens for a fun time at the rink. And it was an embarrassing night for us Viking fans in New York as the New York Giants hosted the Minnesota Vikings. And right after a punt here at the end of the first, Marcus Shariels catches this one and just keeps going, weaving his way in and out of traffic on the field, almost running into his other players and then getting close to being tackled by New York's kicker Steve Weatherford. Despite 2 flags on the play, it would count as an 86-yard touchdown for the Vikings. 9:41 now left in the second quarter. Eli Manning will look and throw this one for a great catch by Ruben Randall. Giants now up 7-10. Beginning of the third, Josh Freeman will barely break out of a sack and get rid of this one and send it right into Antrell Roll's hands. And then later in the third quarter, Eli Manning will hand this to Peyton Hillis to drive it straight into the end zone. The Giants would take their first win this season as the Vikings would suffer yet another loss, losing 23-7.
So you're a football fan, huh?
Yeah, unfortunately a Vikings fan, but it's good because I'm also a Red Sox fan and they are going to the World Series. Game 1 tomorrow.
Nothing like a happy sportscaster. We've got one more last look at weather for you. Stay with us.
Why did I choose Northern Arizona University?
Lots of reasons. I have to choose just one?
I chose NAU because of the small class size. My professors know me.
Just one thing?
I know what my tuition will be for the next 4 years.
I came to NAU for the culture. There's so much to do.
I chose NAU because it's close to home, but not too close.
I can't choose. It has everything.
Northern Arizona University. Find your way.
Go Jacks!
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning. 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash? 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are...
All right, welcome back. Mild, tranquil weather the whole way through. Slight chance of a light rain shower on Thursday afternoon here in Flagstaff, eastern Arizona on Friday. Temperatures really aren't wavering much through the whole forecast.
And with Halloween just days away, a festival in New Hampshire sets a record for carving pumpkins. At the Keene Pumpkin Festival, they gathered more than 30,000 pumpkins. Organizers prepped to break a world record for the most pumpkins carved, then lit at the same time in the same place. The previous record had been set in Boston 7 years ago. Thousands of people attended the event in Keene, New Hampshire for the annual tradition.
That is a whole lot of pumpkins.
A lot of pumpkins.
Wow.
It would be cool to see them all lit up.
I would love to have seen them lit up. Too bad the video wasn't in the dark, right, at nighttime. Thank you for joining us. We will be back here tomorrow. Have a great night.